Maybe I should stop buying books and invest in a haircut because this is ridiculous. Hair is absolutely ridiculous. I look like some weird bougie ass poodle that should get some red wine and Pelly. With? This is ridiculous. This is so... I had to... I feel like a weird Shailene Levi right now. Greetings, YouTube. Excuse me from fixing my hair. Okay, so today I'm gonna bring you guys my July, August book haul, or I guess end of the summer book haul, because I don't know if I'll be buying any more books this month. I have accumulated quite a bit of books in the past 2 or 3 weeks, and you saw 4 of them already, but the rest you have not seen. So I'm really excited for this, and if you guys have read any of these books, let me know down below what you thought of them. 19 books here, so let's get right into it, and I'll start with the book. The first book that I got is a present that I got from my cousin, so I'll show that real quick. So this one is Normal People by Sally Rooney. This is just about friendship, fascination, and love, as it says in this last paragraph here. And this is a Hulu television series. I heard the show is actually really, really good. I actually haven't heard much about it. I did Google to see if this was a show or a film, and people are actually really liking it. And I have never heard of this book before. I feel like I've seen this cover, but I've never heard of this book. I've never heard of this author. So, hoping I can get into this book. It's really not that long, and the font is pretty decent size as well. But yeah, so it's about Connell and Marianne grew up in the same small town, but the similarities end there at school. Connell is popular and well-liked, while Marianne is a loner. But when the two strike up a conversation, awkward but electrifying, something life-changing begins. So it kind of has like a basic-ish young adult contemporary plot, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the execution of this plot. If you have read this, please let me know. So then this book that I just got today, and that is, well, the next 4 books I just got today. And the first one is J.R. Ward's Claimed, the first in the Layer of the Woven series. And J.R. Ward is the author of the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, and this is set in that same world, and it's about a scientist fighting to save the Grey Wolves and getting caught in a deadly trap herself. Anything with werewolves, I'm down for. I've yet to read a really good werewolf book, so if you have any recommendations, let me know. I know there's the Nightshade series, or Nightshade Universe, by Andrea Kramer. I heard that is a really good series. Whenever I see a werewolf series, it's always mixed with vampires, like Twilight or the Vampire Diaries. I read the Wolves of Mercy Fall series by Maggie Stiefvater. I love that series, contrary to popular belief. And so, I'm excited to get into this world. I still have yet to read the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. Okay, so then the next 2 are books 2 and 3 of this long, ongoing series. And that is The First Wave and Blood Alone, both by James R. Benn, the books 2 and 3 of the Billy Boyle series, which is a World War II mystery series. Now, my OCD is kicking in hard time because I thought this was going to be the same length or same size as this one. This one is relatively small, and it's completely different. I said before, and I still stand by this, I don't care what in my series is like mixed mash of hardcovers or paperbacks, mass markets, whatever. But for some reason this one's bothering me. I don't know why. But I'm a little bit into Billy Boyle, and it's actually really, really good. I highly recommend it. I think it's the only adult book series I'm reading this year. Yeah, I'm looking at my board over there where I'm keeping track of the books. Next one is a book that I talked about before, I think, and I really want to read it, and it's only 2 books. And this one is Set Fire to the Gods by Sarah Rosh and Kristen Simmons. This is like Gladiator meets Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't even need to know. Oh my god! I don't even need to know the plot. Oh, I swear I'm not drunk. I don't even need to know the plot of this book. If you just give me that blurb, I'm good. Honestly, this cover is getting me really excited. I love these 2 on this cover, and I love the elements going all around them. Just read a little bit of it. Ash is descended from a long line of gladiators, and she knows the brutal nature of war firsthand. But after her mother dies in an arena, she vows to take action against her fire god, whose temper has stripped her country of its resources. Maddox grew up fighting on the streets to pay his family's taxes, but he hides a dangerous secret. He doesn't have the earth god's powers like his opponents. His elemental gift is something else, something that hasn't been seen in centuries. So basically, it's sort of like it's giving me an Ember in the Ashes vibe, because it's obviously going to be told from two different points of views, of Madoc and Ash. With Ember in the Ashes, it was told from Elias and Laya's point of view. So that's just a tangent. I'm super excited to get into this. This has a relatively low-ish rating for a young adult fantasy, but I heard this is still a solid book. If you have read this, let me know. Alright, and then the next four, I talked about this before in my reading update. And I said to count the first two in my previous book haul, but I might as well just show them in this one. That is books 2 through 5 of the Magisterium series. So here is Copper Gauntlet, Bronze Key, The Silver Mask, The Golden Tower. I talked about this in my reading update, with my reading wrap-up for July. I will link it down below for you guys to check out. Basically, I wasn't a fan of this series, unfortunately. And if you guys want me to do a separate review about that, I can. But I basically did my review in the wrap-up, so I'll link it down here, or click the I right over there to check it out. So I think I said this before, but I am building up my reading pile for next year so that I could just binge them and not wait to go to the store or wait for the book to come in. So I'm basically building up series so I can start next year. So I have a couple series here. This one is books 2 and 3 of Serpent and Dove. So here's Blood and Honey and Gods and Monsters. This one had just come out. So this is like a witch and witch hunters trilogy. And I heard good things about Serpent and Dove. I did not hear great things about this one, but I heard really good things about Gods and Monsters. So I'm excited. My God, these covers are so amazing. I think out of the two that I have here, Blood and Honey is my favorite, just because it's red, and red's my favorite color. Hold on, I gotta rearrange my pile. Should have put the paperbacks on top. Probably would have been the better idea. But you know me, I like to live dangerously. Mashakaha. Okay, so then this series, so this one is the last one of this trilogy. The Zodiac Legacy, The Balance of Power. This one's by Stan Lee, Stuart Moore, and Andy Tong. I try to read the first one. I think that one has a separate title, unless it's just called the Zodiac Legacy. And I just found too many typos in there. But I'm planning on going back to it because I think the concept is really good. I can't remember exactly what the plot is, but it was like a school field trip, and the main character, Steven, gets the Zodiac power of the tiger, and he is on an adventure or whatever. I heard this is a pretty good series. This is kind of like a middle grade kind of thing, and the art inside this book is goodness. The art is just so cool. And I like that the art inside, the colors, match the cover. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I may start this next year. Alright, so then these two are some of the coolest covers I have seen. So these are, again, building up series and trilogies. These ones are books 2 and 3 of this series. The Dazzling Heights and The Towering Sky by Catherine McGee. These are books 2 and 3 of the 1000th Floor series. And I have the jacket right here. I just wanted to put them together because these are so cool. I'm also reading the 1000th Floor right now. But this is like a futuristic Gossip Girl. Out of the two covers here that I have, I think that the Dazzling Heights is my favorite. I like this one, but I love the gold and black towers right here. If you have read this trilogy, let me know what you thought of it. I'm ecstatic to finally have the whole series. And also just the spines. Even if I don't like the trilogy, at least the covers are pretty. Okay, so then this one, I had a hard time buying the third one of this one, so I have not bought it yet. I may go into a store and actually pick it up in person. That is Now I Rise by Kirsten White, book 2 of the Conqueror Saga. This is the follow-up to And I Darken. The third one's called Bright We Burn. I don't know much about this book. Clearly I haven't read And I Darken. But I heard this is Kirsten White's best trilogy. I want to read, what was it called? Frick. The Camelot series that she has. The Guinevere Deception? Or something like that. But I heard that was a pretty good series. But I heard this one's her best. So I may start this one before I read the Camelot series or Mind Games. One other book that I read from her was Illusions of Fate, which I actually really did enjoy. And also she did one called In the Shadows, which she did with Jim DeBartolo. That one was really, really good as well. Excited to start this one. I heard this one is a pretty dark series as well, but the more the merrier. Okay, so then the last 4 books, they're still continuing, but I may just start them. So that series is the Witchlands series. I had gotten the new covers. I had the original covers, but I preferred the new covers over the original one, so I gave the original ones to my grandma, and she's gonna start that series too. Here is Truth Witch, the first one. Here is Wind Witch, the second one. Blood Witch, which I think is my favorite, cover-wise, I mean. And then here's a short story novella, which is actually pretty important, apparently, called Sight Witch. I don't have Witch Shadow yet because it was like $20 on Amazon, and I don't want to drop that. This box set was maybe like $40, but I got a coupon, so got it pretty cheap as well. I heard that is Susan Dennard's best series, also. And anything with witches, I'm excited. So anyways, that was my end of the summer book haul. If you guys have read any of these books, let me know down below what you thought of them. And what books have you accumulated over the summer? Are you planning on buying any more for the summer? Also, how many books have you read so far? Anyways, that's going to be it for me from today. If you guys enjoyed this video, big thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts. And for more content, that subscribe button is right over here, right next to the notification bell. Click that, and I'll link 2 other videos right next to me, so you guys can check those out. And I'll see everyone soon in my next video. Deuces.